Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just wanted to make a quick video, a little update. Just talk to y'all. It's now in June, so I'm allowed to talk about a few more things than I could before in the first episode. But I wanted to talk about how I came up with this channel and why I came up with this content and what I have planned for the future. So, as you all know, I've kind of mentioned it before. I was working in corporate America. I was working for a large auto remarketing wholesale company that spans across the entire world. Actually, I was in charge of North America. I was a director of operations and covered North America, so that was Canada and the United States, and had a bunch of senior level managers that reported up to me, and just basically I was responsible for all things operational for the company. Worked my way up into the position and was promoted by the CFO at the time, and then was ultimately reporting to the COO until just recently. Last October, had an operations meeting, and they were talking about doing some restructuring and downsizing, and just this would be the fourth time around for this for me. And I told them last year when we did the last one, and I had to cut a few of my managers who worked for me that I knew and promoted and hired, and very close to that. The next time we did this, I wanted my name on the list. I couldn't do it anymore. There's only so much one person can do, and impacting so many families and so many lives in a negative way. It just took a toll on me, and finally had enough. And it was time. So we worked out a deal that I would transfer all my responsibilities over to a new director of operations, and it's a friend of mine. I'm very close to him, and very happy that he's the one taking the job, and the team will be reporting to him. I was very close to my team. That was one thing about me that corporate and I did not get along with, and that was I cared about my employees. I cared about my managers. I cared about their lives, their families, everything about them, more than the job they did. But I just cared about them as human beings and people. And that was my leadership style. Was I worked with them. They didn't work for me. If anything, I worked for them, and I really cared about them and their lives. And they were very loyal, and they were all sad when I left. And it's it is what it is. It's like it's like a divorce or losing a friendship. And I've since heard from a few of them, and it's nice that they're checking in and checking on me. So after 16 years in corporate America, I had enough. I'm almost 50 years old, and I'm tired, and that's why the channel's called Gen Exhausted. I'm tired. I done a lot, worked hard, traveled around this country, and I've missed a lot of birthdays and anniversaries. And my son's in his 20s now, and he's grown up, and missed a lot of that, and all to try to make a buck and advance. And I've come to the realization that while it was a great experience and I learned a lot from it, it wasn't worth it. Everything that I've achieved from it was a personal achievement, and I feel like I fulfilled all the goals I may have had. So that's why I started this. That's why it was a little side project, a little something I came up with. So where am I at now? I'm in Ohio. Drove, Mike and I obviously had that cruise several weeks ago. I've made it up to Ohio. Came up to visit mom and some family in Ohio. I mentioned in that video that's where I was going, and so I've made it up here. It's gorgeous today. It's like Thursday the 6th or 5th or something like that, and it is just absolutely just spectacular today. It's in the 70s, and the wind's blowing, and it's super nice. I'm up at the farm, my mom and stepdad's farm, out in Carroll County, and this is my happy place. This is a place that I love to come to. You don't hear cars, you don't hear music, you don't hear airplanes, you don't hear anything but nature. The birds and the leaves blowing and the bugs flying around you. This is my happy place. This is where I love to be. Hope to get some mowing in while I'm here on the tractor. I'll show some pictures of mom's gardens and some sights and sounds, and hiking in the woods. This is just where I like to be. This is a perfect time of year to be up here. And I'm very excited to be here. This is just part of my plans for this year. So what's going to happen the rest of the year is I'm here for a couple weeks. I've already been down to visit my brother's gravesite, and that was very important to me that I got there right away. You know, last time I was up here, I didn't get a chance to do it. I was only here for a few days and then had to leave, and the weather wasn't good, so I didn't get a chance to get down to the graveyard. But I got to go see my brother's gravesite, and Mom and I cleaned it up and did some weed eating around the gravestone, so that was very special. And then did some reflecting there, and we went out into Berlin, to Amish country 2 days ago, and did some walking around and some shopping out there. And then today and yesterday I've been down here at the farm. Yesterday was dreary. Today is perfect. Did some hiking, and then what's next? So I'm here the rest of this week and part of next week, and then we're leaving. Mom and I and Grandma are leaving, and we're heading down to drop Grandma off at my Uncle Mark's in Duke or Raleigh, Durham, and then Mom and I are heading down to Wilmington, North Carolina for a few days. This was kind of a last-minute change of plans. And we're going to spend, we have a Verbo down there, and we're going to spend a couple days in Wilmington. We'll go down to Wrightsville Beach, and it's an area that I used to go to with Mom when I was a kid for vacation. Summer vacation, we'd go down and spend a couple weeks down in Wilmington, North Carolina. So really looking forward to going back down there, maybe go see the USS North Carolina and some other things. And then from there, we're heading down home. I'm heading down to Florida. We'll be in Florida for a couple of weeks. Mom wants to go to the beach, and she wants to metal detect and obviously see my son and just hang out with the family she doesn't get to see very often. So we're going to do that. We'll do crab boil and some other things with Mom. And then Mom and I, at the end of the month, are heading down to Miami. We're going to jump on the Bright Line like Mike and I did. And we're heading down to Miami, and Mom and I are jumping on a cruise, taking on her on her very first cruise. We'll be aboard the Carnival Celebration and heading out for 7 days to see if she likes cruising. She's spoiled on this cruise. The room she's get put in is top notch. It's not a suite, but it's just one step below it. And I'm going to make sure she's taken care of, and I'm really going to make sure she has a good time. Really excited to do all those first-time cruiser things again with Mom. You know, this would be cruise number 28 for me, and it'd be number 1 for her, and so super excited about that. After that, we'll be heading back to Ohio. We'll be in Ohio for a little while longer after that in August. And then October, I'm going to an Oktoberfest festival. And then, well, let me take it back. In September, I'm going on another cruise. My wife and I are taking a cruise. And then October, going to an Oktoberfest festival. And then at the end of October, Mike and I are scheduled to take our Halloween cruise again. So I appreciate everybody being here. Any questions or comments, please, throw them down below. At the end of the day, this channel is just about my journey. I'm trying to rediscover who I am and what I'm doing and what makes me happy. And that at the end of the day, that's exactly what this is all about. I've lost my way. I've lost my creativity, that passion inside to wake up every day. Corporate America, man, that just, it got to me. My mental state has not been good, and this is how well I'm gonna fix it. Get back to my roots, get back to what makes me happy, and just exploring and being creative. So again, thank you all, and have a great day, and love one another.